Have you ever found that your mind wavers while completing tasks? Do you drag your feet while completing what you really need to do? Staying on track can be difficult for you and for me, but it can be particularly challenging when you are surrounded by constant distractions. In today's always distracted world and connected world, diversions are nothing more than a click away, which makes it that much more difficult to figure out how to really focus. Even during quiet moments, distraction is literally at your fingertips as you find yourself checking your social media notifications or the latest news updates. However, being mentally focused is essential for your success. The ability to concentrate on something in your environment and direct mental effort towards it is crucial for learning new things, achieving your goals, and performing well across a wide variety of situations. Whether you are trying to finish, let's say, a report at work or competing in a marathon, your ability to focus can mean the difference between success and failure. Becoming more and more mentally focused is achievable, but that doesn't mean that it's always quick and easy. If it were simple, then we would all have the razor-sharp concentration of an athlete. It will take some real conscious effort on your part, and you may have to make some changes to some of your daily habits. Here I have for you some quick tips and tricks from psychology that can help you learn how to focus better and develop laser-sharp focus and mental concentration. Here we go. Are you ready? Eliminate all distractions first. While it may sound very obvious, people often underestimate how many distractions prevent us from concentrating on tasks at hand, such as intrusions might come in the form of your phone ringing, radio blaring in the background, or perhaps an anxious co-worker who constantly drops by your cubicle to chat. Next, minimizing these sources of distraction isn't always as easy as it sounds. While it might be as simple as turning off the television or radio, you might find it much more challenging to deal with an interruption, or let's say an interrupting co-worker, a spouse, or a child. I have 3, or a roommate. One way to deal with this is to set aside a specific time and place and request to be left alone for that period of time. For example, this is my happy space, this is where I work, and I let everybody know, please don't interrupt me while I just got interrupted by the dogs. Another alternative to seeking out calm location where you will be able to work undisturbed is maybe a library, a private room in your house, or even a quiet coffee shop might be a good spot for you to try. A few strategies you might want to try to minimize or eliminate such internal distractions are to make sure you are well rested prior to the task and to use positive thoughts and imagery to fight off that anxiety and worry. Just before I made this video, I took a 2-minute power nap, literally shut eye for 2 minutes. If you find your mind wandering towards distracting thoughts, consciously bring your focus back to the task at hand. Next, limit your focus. While multitasking may seem very glamorous, like a great way to get a lot of things done, work quickly, it turns out that people are actually rather bad at it. We were not born to multitask. Juggling multitask at once can dramatically cut down your productivity, your mental energy, your creativity, and it makes it much harder to hone on the details that are truly important. Think of your attention as a spotlight. If you shine that spotlight on one particular area, you can see things very clearly. If you were to try to spread the same amount of light across a dark room, imagine what would it feel like? What would it look like? You might instead only glimpse the shadow outlines. Part of knowing how to focus is making the most of the resources you have available. So stop multitasking now and instead give your full focus attention to one thing at a time. Next, practice living in the moment. I know it's tough to stay mentally focused when you are ruminating about your past, worrying too much about what the future looks like and feels like, or tuned out to the present moment for some other reason. We all humans do. However, with practice, you have probably heard people talk about the importance of being present, but with practice, it is possible. It's all about putting away those distractions, whether they are physical, your mobile phone, or psychological, which is your anxiety, and being fully mentally engaged in the current moment. Just like I am engaged with you right now in this moment. This notion of being present is also essential for recapturing your mental focus. Staying engaged in the here and now keeps your attention sharp and your mental resources honed on into details that really matter at a specific point in time. It may take some time, but work on learning truly how to be in the present moment. You cannot change the past, and the future has not yet happened for us yet. But what you do today can really help you avoid repeating past mistakes and pave a path for a more successful future. And I want you to start practicing mindfulness. Mindfulness, simply put, is a hot topic right now, and for a good reason. Despite the fact that people have practiced very many forms of meditation, mindful meditation, for thousands and thousands of years, its many health benefits are only recently starting to show up and are recently being understood. In one study, researchers had human resource professionals engage in simulations of the sort of complex multitasking that they engaged in each day at work. These tasks had to be completed in 20 minutes and included answering things like phone calls, scheduling meetings, writing memos with sources of information pouring in from multiple sources, including even more phone calls and texts and emails, messages. Some of the participants received 8 weeks of training in the use of mindfulness meditation, and the results found that only those who had received this training showed significant improvement in concentration and mental focus. Members of the meditation group were able to stay on the task longer, switched between tasks less frequently, and performed the work more efficiently than the other group of participants who had not received any kind of formal training. Practicing mindfulness can involve learning how to meditate, but can also be as simple as trying a quick and easy deep breathing exercise, just bringing your thoughts and your attention to the present moment. While this might seem like a deceptively simple task, you may find that it is actually much more difficult than it appears, but it is possible. Fortunately, breathing activities can help you find your present moment. Eventually, you will probably find that it becomes easier to disengage from those intrusive thoughts, those automatic thoughts, and return your focus to where it belongs, which is the present moment. So take a short break. Have you ever tried to stay mentally focused on the same thing for a long period of time? Answer this for me. After a while, your focus starts to break down and it becomes more and more difficult to devote your mental resources to tasks. Not only that, but your performance ultimately will suffer as a result. Traditional explanations in psychology have suggested that this is due to attentional resources being depleted and drained. But some researchers believe that it has more to do with the brain's tendency to ignore sources of constant stimulation. So the next time you are working on a prolonged task, such as preparing, let's say, your taxes or studying for an upcoming exam, be sure to give yourself that occasional mental break. Your mind needs the mental break, the mental rest. Shift your attention to something unrelated to that task, even if it is only for a few moments. These micro moments, these short moments of respite, might mean that you are able to keep your mental focus sharp and your performance high when you really need it. Keep practicing. Keep building your mental focus and concentration. It is not something that will happen overnight. Even professional athletes require plenty of time and plenty of practice and failing and falling in order to strengthen their concentration skills. One of the very first steps is to recognize the impact that being distracted is having in your life. If you are struggling to accomplish your goals and you're finding yourself getting sidetracked and you're struggling by unimportant details, it is time to start placing a higher value on your time. How? By building your mental energy, your mental focus. You will find that you're able to accomplish more, concentrate on the things in life that truly bring you happiness and success and joy. What I want you to do after seeing this video is answer for me below. How would you like to change your approach to task completion from right now? Tell us in the comment below. We at Happiness is Love truly care for you, and we are here because we care. We believe that together we are stronger, together we are better, and together we are building a better future. Stay tuned for more.